Hello dreamers, welcome back to my channel Vandana Academy. In today's video you are going to learn different types of keys. Guys, keys are going to help you in future in different types of DBMS topics as well as different entrance exam tests. So this topic is very important and you need to learn this topic in a very efficient way, in a very interactive way. So today we are going to learn different types of keys. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel Vandana Academy, please subscribe to my channel and also press the bell icon so that you can never miss an update. So guys, let's start with today's topic, which is types of keys. So आज का टॉपिक है keys. What is key in a DBMS? Why we use keys in DBMS? These keys and this topic key will be very helpful in your further topics of DBMS like joints and functional dependency. So you need to understand the concept of key very carefully. Why we are using key? Let's do this today. Keys plays an important role in the relational database. You know, the relational database is the database where you store your data in the form of tables where you have columns and rows, right? Basically, keys we use to identify a particular row of a table. Because we have no rule to identify a particular row in the table, we can never identify any information of a particular row, particular record in a particular database. So we need keys to identify the records very uniquely, right? It is used to find any record or row of data from the table in a very unique manner. It is also used to establish and identify relationships between the tables. Between the tables, we need to make a relation so that we can access 2, 3 or more than 1,000 number of tables in one click or in one query, right? So you need a relation between the tables, and to identify them uniquely, you need key. So today we are going to do the topic key. Keys in DBMS is an attribute. It is actually a column or a set of column which helps you to identify a row in a relation in a unique manner, right? So it is also used to establish and identify a relationship between the tables. Let's take an example. A relation contains 1,000 number of records. In a particular one table. So we need to identify a particular row in a very unique manner, right? Let's take an example and I will explain you how key will help us to identify the record very uniquely. First column is name, second column is department, and third column is percentage. It is table of a student, right? It's a table of a student. For example, if we find out or we need to find out the record of an employee whose name is A, then we will get the information of department computer science and the percentage 40. But we have two people who have the same name A. So we cannot identify the record uniquely here. Let's take an example through department. If we want to fetch data of computer science, CS department, then we have one more CS department, the person who has same CS department in the same table. Again, we cannot find the CS department person uniquely. Third, we will take percentage. If we are going to take 49%, or if we want to fetch a record who has got 59% or who has got 40% marks, again we have the duplicacy. Again we have a person who has same 40% and same 59%. So in this case we can never ever find out a particular record who is a unique and who has the unique characteristics, right? So you need to make an attribute or a column who is very unique. Unique means only valid data and no duplicacy. No duplicacy means no duplicate value will be there on the primary key or the unique column. For example, here we are going to add a student ID name column where first person has one ID, second has ID, and we will give third person a number 3 as an ID and the fourth person number 4 as an ID. Now you can see that there is no duplicacy of the numbers. If we are going to give 1 to a record, then we are not going to give this one to any another person. अब हम जो ये एक नंबर हमने या फिर एक आईडी दे दी है, नाउ ये एक नंबर हम किसी और रिकॉर्ड या किसी और रो को नहीं देंगे. So there will be no duplicacy. Now if you want to fetch the data very uniquely, for example अगर मुझे चाहिए कि अब वो स्टूडेंट जिसका आईडी 1 है उसका डाटा आ जाए, तो ये सारे का सारा रो हमें व्यू में आ जाएगा, एज ए आउटपुट हमें आ जाएगा. ऐसे ही अगर हम सेम बोलेंगे कि आई वॉन्ट टू फैच अ डाटा of a person who has student ID number 3, then only this data will come. So by this, or by doing this, by making an attribute very unique, or you can say a primary key, or by giving this key, by making a key, you can identify a table very in a unique. So while talking about types of keys, guys, we have 6 types of keys: super key, candidate key, primary key, secondary key, compound key, and the foreign key. Guys, I have seen a lot of videos and I have read a lot of books, but you can get confused by reading so many keys, so many number of keys, and you can also get confused that how you can use attributes in these different types of keys. So आज हम बिल्कुल ही आसान तरीके से, बिल्कुल सिंपल वे में टाइप्स ऑफ कीज़ करने वाले हैं. मैं आपको पहले सिंपली डिफाइन करूंगी कि एट्रीब्यूट्स को कैंडिडेट कीज़ या फिर सुपर की या फिर प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी, इन सभी कीज़ में डिवाइड कैसे करना है. तो पहले हम एक टेबल लेते हैं स्टूडेंट, राइट. हमने टेबल लिया है एक स्टूडेंट जिसके हम 4 कॉलम्स रखेंगे, 4 एट्रीब्यूट्स रखेंगे. पहला है जैसे ID, द सेकेंड वन इज नेम, थर्ड वन इज फोन नंबर, and the fourth one is email ID. Now student table has 4 attributes: student ID, name, phone number, and email. You also know that only one ID will be given to one person, but many person has the same name, right? Only one person have one phone number, one person will have one email ID. So these one-to-one relationship attributes will be in a candidate key. Candidate key is a collection of those attributes which can identify a record or can make a table attribute unique, or which can help us to identify a data from the table in a unique manner. So we have ID, phone number, and email. All are the key attributes which we can make as our key attributes, because 3 of them can individually identify the data. So from this candidate key, if we are going to make this ID attribute as a primary key, because each table has only one primary key, and primary key will be taken from the candidate key. We can divide candidate key into 2 parts: primary plus secondary. So the column which we are going to take as an ID, or which we are going to take as a primary key, and the leftover attributes like phone number and email ID from the student ID from the candidate key will be our secondary, or you can say alternate key. So we will take our primary key and our secondary key from our candidate key. Candidate key is which has all the attributes, all the individual attributes who can individually, अलग अलग तरीके से individually टेबल में से रिकॉर्ड को uniquely identify कर सकते हैं. So now what is your super key? Super key is a superset of candidate key, or you can say primary key also. In super key, you have all the candidate keys, like all the columns which can identify your table uniquely, or you can say you can have primary key plus any common attribute. Common attribute means, for example, we have primary key ID, plus a common attribute, we have student name in the student table. If we are going to collaborate these two attributes, then we can make a super key. But there should be one primary key also in each table if we are going to take, or if we are going to make a table unique, right? Talking about super key, now you also know what is super key. A super key is a group of single or multiple keys which identifies rows in a table. Is a collection of single, there can be only one attribute which is your primary attribute, or multiple keys, primary plus secondary, the rest or the leftover attributes also which can identify your table uniquely, or the combination of these. It's a superset of candidate key. It's a superset of candidate key. Super key have primary key and more other attributes that are not needed for unique identification. सुपर की के पास एक तो प्राइमरी की ज़रूरी होती है, प्राइमरी की कॉलम ज़रूरी होता है, एंड अदर एट्रीब्यूट्स भी हो सकते हैं जिनकी ज़रूरत नहीं होती टेबल को आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए यूनिकली, बट हम उसे ऐड कर सकते हैं फॉर द मोर सिक्योर, फॉर द मोर करेक्शन और एक्यूरेट डेटा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, वी have table name employee. Here we have employee ID, employee name and course. Employee ID is 1, 2, 3 and employee name is Sneha, Nisha, Sneha. Course is CSC, IT and IT. Here employee is your teacher. Employee is your teacher whose ID is this, whose name is this, and who is teaching this course. From the name you can see that we have two Sneha. From the course we can see that we have two people who are teaching in the same department, that is IT, but we have one column employee ID which is unique, where the values are single. We can take one more attribute like email ID. Now each person has a unique email ID, right? So the super key can be here the combination of a primary key plus column key plus any another key, that is employee ID plus employee name. We can super key make here employee ID plus employee name. This can be your super key, or employee ID plus employee email ID. This can also be your super key. So super key is your, or you can take only employee ID as a super key also. So super key is a group of single or multiple keys which identify rows in a table. So next topic is our candidate key. So what exactly the candidate keys? As I already told you, it's a set of attributes that uniquely identify tuples in the tables. Tuples means rows. As I already told you, for example, we have taken this. As I already told you before, we have student table where we have ID column, we have name column, we have phone number, and we have email ID. Now, as you all know that one person has only one ID, many person can have one name, one person will have one phone number, and one person will have only one email ID. So this one-to-one making relationship attributes will be your candidate keys. Candidate keys will be on. Why one-to-one? Because there will be no duplicacy of data. For example, if we are going to give 1 to a person, ID name 1 to a person, we are not going to give this one number to anybody else in this table. So candidate key will be here the ID, the phone number and the email ID, because only one person will have the one value and there will be no duplicacy of data in these three attributes. So candidate key is that key where it can identify or uniquely identify rows in a table. Candidate key is a super key with different attributes. Now candidate key has different attributes: ID, phone number and email ID. Primary key should be selected from the candidate key. This is the main. Now the primary key which we will select, it will be selected from the candidate keys. Now these are the candidate keys which can identify tuple, right? No, we can take ID as primary key, we can also take a phone number as a primary key, or we can also take a email ID as a primary key. Every table must have at least single candidate key. Now each table or every table should have one candidate key, because we need one primary key in each table, so there should be one candidate key in each table. A table can have multiple candidate keys but only one single primary key. Now as you are seeing that candidate table has 3 keys, but the only one attribute will be selected as a primary key, which will depend upon the programmer, which will selected by the programmer user or the higher authority of the table or the database. Candidate key must not contain null values. Why? Because candidate keys are the only one, that candidate key attribute will be the only one which will identify the rows in a unique manner, so that you can never make a null value or you can never leave that column empty. So you need to fill some value in that column for making it a candidate key or for making it the primary key. For example, this is the table in front of you where you have student table, right? In the student table you have column student ID, student enrollment number, student bank account number, first name, last name and email ID. You are seeing that student ID, we have all the different values 1, 2, 3, 4 and the 5. And in the enrollment number also we have each person a individual and unique value, and each student has the different and unique bank account number 1 2 3 4 2 3 4 5 4 5 6 7 7 6 5 4 8 7 6 5. So each has the different numbers, but in the first name and in the last name there can be the duplicacy. For example, there is a person named Vandana, another is Sumit, Sanjay, Pritika and Sunita, and in the last name it has Dutt, Sharma, Manotra. Now we have two people who have same last name Dutt, two people who have same last name Sharma, so we cannot make these two as your any key. These are the common keys which cannot be a part of any candidate key, super key, primary key, secondary, but they can be mixed with the compound key, which we will read or study in my next some minutes, right? So there is an email ID. Everyone has an individual email ID, right? So these 3 columns: student ID, student enrollment number, student account number and the email ID. These 4 attributes can be taken as any attribute which can identify any column uniquely. So I will write it down here so you don't get confused. ID, enrollment number, bank account number and your email. These 4 attributes will be treated as a candidate key. You will make any primary key from these 4 attributes. You can take any or any single attribute. You can take ID on itself, you can take only enrollment number or only bank account number or only email ID to identify or to make any table unique, to identify a record from the table. So this is all about the candidate keys. Candidate keys are those or the collection of those attributes who can individually also identify the tuple or record from a relation or table. Next we will talk about the primary key, which is the very important topic. First of all, you get to know that whatever will be the attribute you are going to make as a primary key, which will be underlined, that attribute will be underlined. For example, if you are going to make this student ID column as a primary key, you will underline this attribute. to make this column a primary key. Now the text is, selection of primary key is based on requirement and the developers of database or the users of the database. Primary key will be selected on the basis of requirement of the database, requirement of the user and the developer of the database. Now primary key is a column or a group of column. It can be only one column or it can be more than one column in a table that uniquely identify every row in a table. A table cannot have more than one primary key. There will be only one primary key only in a table. This is the main rule you need to understand. You need to know that there is only a one primary key. हर एक टेबल में सिर्फ एक ही प्राइमरी की हो सकती है और आपको आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए हर एक टेबल में जितने मर्जी एट्रीब्यूट होते हो आपको एक कॉलम को प्राइमरी की बनाना पड़ेगा. बाकी अगर और भी एट्रीब्यूट्स या कॉलम्स हैं जो उस टेबल को आइडेंटिफाई या फिर यूनिक आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं, पर हमें एक ही प्राइमरी की हमेशा चाहिए होती है. A table cannot have two attributes of same name. For example, if we are going to give this as a student ID, then we cannot make any another ID column here. आप दो कॉलम्स को सेम नेम नहीं दे सकते. रूल्स जो आपको फॉलो करने होते हैं प्राइमरी की को यूज करने वक्त वो है, टू रोज कैंट हैव द सेम वैल्यू, टू एट्रीब्यूट्स और कॉलम्स कैनॉट हैव द सेम नेम. It is must for every table to have a primary key. Each table will have a single primary key and that is must. It should have a primary key. Primary key field cannot be null. Whatever column you are going to make as a primary key, it should have some value. You have to give some value. You have to put some value in that primary key column. For example, in this table again, the student, I am going to take the same table so that you can understand very easily and you will not get confused by studying so many tables. So I am going to take only one table and I am going to make you perfect in these keys in today's video. So let's take again the same example. We have table student, attribute student ID. See, I am going to make this student ID as our primary key. That is why we have underlined this column, right? Student ID, student enrollment number, account number, email ID. So guys, see, as you are seeing that from student enrollment number we can also identify this table uniquely. हम अगर सिर्फ enrollment number लेंगे या फिर student bank account number लेंगे या फिर सिर्फ email ID लेंगे तो भी ऐसा हो सकता है कि हम इसे यूनिकली आइडेंटिफाई कर सकें फ्रॉम, क्योंकि A1, A2, A3, A4, A4, A5 हम जो वैल्यूज हैं सारी अलग अलग है, कोई भी डुप्लीकेसी नहीं है. बैंक अकाउंट नंबर भी सबके अलग अलग होते हैं, कोई डुप्लीकेसी नहीं होती है. एंड ईमेल आईडी भी अलग अलग होती है. बट द फर्स्ट रूल दैट कि यहाँ पर सिर्फ एक ही प्राइमरी की हो सकती है. वी शुड टेक ओनली वन कॉलम एज अ प्राइमरी की. एंड द सेकेंड रूल इज कि वैल्यू नल नहीं हो सकती. वी हैव टू गिव सम वैल्यू in that primary column. If we have made student ID as a primary key, then in student ID we will fill the data. We will never make it empty and we have to edit some data in this attribute, so it can never be a null, right? So this is all about your primary key. I think you have got understand what exactly the primary key is now. Next we are talking about the secondary keys or the alternate keys. Now you already know, for example I have giving you the same example and I am going to take the candidate key. As I already told you, the combination of attributes which are going to make the table unique or can identify the table in a unique manner. So as in my earlier example I have told you, in the candidate key we are going to take all the attributes who can individually also access the table uniquely. Now if this in candidate key we have three attributes: ID, phone number and email. In this ID we are going to make it as a primary key because there is only one primary key in a table. The leftover two attributes who can also work as a primary key or who can also identify the table uniquely will be your secondary or your alternate keys, right? Now these two are your secondary or your alternate keys. Now alternate key is a column or a group of column. A column, only phone number can be there, or the group of the columns, phone number plus email in a table that uniquely identify every row in that table. The main purpose is to identify uniquely the row from the table. The main concept of keys is moving around to find out or to identify the uniquely concept of to uniquely identify the rows in that table, right? Because we have no any another algorithm or formula to identify a particular row of the table in a unique manner, so we are using keys, right? The second form is a table can have multiple choices for primary key, but only one can be set as a primary key. Yes, and as you are seeing that candidate key, we have multiple choices for the primary key, but there will be only one primary key, and the leftover keys will be known as the secondary and the alternate keys. All the keys which are not primary keys are known as secondary keys. Let's take an example again. The table name student, right? We have key student ID, student roll number, student bank account number, first name, last name and email. Now in student ID, if we are going to make this student ID as our primary key column, primary key attribute, now the leftover, this student enrollment number, student bank account number and email ID, all these three columns can also identify the record and can also identify the table and the attribute of the table uniquely, because each has the different value. Because in the student enrollment number also there is no duplicacy of data. As you can see, in student bank account number only one student will have only one bank account number, and in email ID also one person will have only one email ID. So in spite of student ID, these three columns, student enrollment number, bank account number and email ID, also can be used as a primary key. But if we have chosen one attribute student ID as a primary key, then the leftover attributes which can also work as a primary key will be known as the secondary key. Secondary key, or you can also call them alternate key, right? There is no meaning of these first name and last name, because these are the common attributes where the data can be a duplicate, because where the data can be duplicate or the column can be empty. For example, if we don't want to edit or update any data in this column named Sumit, where I have written down Sumit, if I don't want to write anything here in this column, then I can do this. But in the primary column I cannot do this, or the columns which I have made as a secondary key, I cannot do that also in those. Let's talk about the compound key. It is the combination of two or more attributes. Combination of two or more attributes, as the name is already telling you, compound means the mixture of two or more than two attributes. So combination of two and more attributes that allow you to uniquely identify a specific record in the table, right? It is possible that each column and attribute may not be identified uniquely. Of course, for example, if we have these attributes in the table student, if student name alone cannot identify records in the table, or the percentage column alone cannot identify the record, or the department column alone cannot work as the primary key, then we can combine these common attributes together to make a compound key. Let me show you in the diagram. For example, in student column we have two person who have name A. We have in percent column we have two person who have 69%, two person who have 71%. In department we have two person who are studying in CSE department and two person who are studying in IT department. So we have duplicate value, so that we cannot make them as a primary key, or we cannot take them individually to identify the table alone in a unique manner. So we need to combine these attributes, the value of these attributes, to make this particular record individual. For example, this record will be written as A 69 CSC. The second one will be written as B 71 CSC, C 71 IT. So there is some difference. There is some difference in the, if we are going to collect these three attributes. Now the combined value is always unique. The combined value will be always the unique value. So this is the compound key, where we will combine two or more than two attributes, like to make a key which is a compound key to identify the data in a unique manner. While talking about the foreign key is a column which creates a relationship between two tables. So there, as you know, that there are 1000 number of records and the 1000 number of tables in the databases. So we need to make a relationship between all the tables so that we can resourcefully, or we can easily create a connection between the tables and can access the data in a very easy manner, right? So foreign key is an attribute. It is a column value in a table that act as a primary key in the another table. The foreign key is useful in linking together two tables to maintain the data integrity. Basically, to maintain the data integrity and allowing navigation, and to navigate between the tables, we use foreign keys. So these are the two usages of the foreign key: to maintain the data integrity and to navigate between the two tables. For example, we are taking two tables. The first table name is the customer and the second table is name order. Now this customer ID is the primary key of this table customer, and this order ID, as I am underlining this, is the primary key of the table order. As I already told you, the primary key of this table will be act as a foreign key in this table. Primary key of the table order will act as a foreign key in the table customer name, right? Now why we are doing this? For example, if we want to know the customer ID who has number 1 and name Sameer, address Jalandhar and order 001, if we want to know about this, that in order 001 what further details of that thing has, then we will get to know about the product detail, mobile, and the cost which is related to the product. So, but if we are not going to make a relationship between these two tables, then we will never, this customer name Binu who has customer ID 2, we will never get to know what product she has ordered and what cost the product has. But if we are going to make relationship between these two, then from this table, by making the relationship between this table with this table, we can get the information of these two products also. So this is all about the foreign key, and foreign key helps to identify or to make relationship or to make navigate or help us to navigate between these two tables. But the most important thing is that you can, if you want to make changes in this foreign key attribute, if you want to make changes or you want to fill some values in this foreign key attribute, then you need to be very careful, because this table or this column is a primary key attribute of any another table. If we are going to change from 003 to 004, then you need to be very careful, because you need to make changes in this order table, that if it has 003 table number and if you are going to make it as 004, there will be a deadlock, there will be a duplicacy, there will be some blockage, or you can say there will be some misunderstanding, confusion, complexities can be occur in the table. So you need to be very understandable, very you need to be very careful while entering or while changing this foreign key column whenever you are going to make relationship with any another table. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. This was all about the keys. We have learned different types of keys in this video, which will help you in many entrance tests of DBMS as well as theoretical subject of DBMS. Please subscribe to my channel Vandana Academy and also share with your friends so that they can also get the informational videos from my YouTube channel. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.